Hello, Taurus. Thank you very much for tuning into your love read. For the main part of the read, I'm using Witch's Tarot by Ellen Dugan. For supportive oracle cards, Queen of the Moon Oracle by Stacy DeMarco. Is that blurry? Hopefully, it looks blurry to me. Maybe because my face is, I don't know. Hopefully you can see it. Alright, I'm going to stop messing with it. Might be just one of those moments. Okay. We'll do relationship first. Single second. Oracle cards come out where needed. What is up with that? Okay, we'll find out. Yeah, there's... What is going on here with y'all? There's love. You've got a lot of love for your partner. There's success on your side too. Your partner's happy. Your partner seems to be pulled away from you a little bit. There's like, I almost feel like there's some type of distance, some type. Doesn't have to be physical, although I'm kind of feeling that. Could be just like, even though you're in the same same home at the end of the day, what you're doing throughout the day just keeps you so far apart, and you just don't understand what's going on in each other's lives or something like that. Because you've got the you've got the Queen of Cups with the Two of Cups on your side. A lot of love, feeling a lot of love, but when I'm feeling the Queen of Cups, she has a couple different energies that come through for me when I read her, but I feel like you're just kind of holding to the side, and you're like watching what's going on, and you have a lot of love for your partner, but it's like the communication, I don't feel like you're letting things be for right now. It's like you know your partner's got a lot going on. Now, your partner feels like they're giving to you, but they're giving to a lot of other situations too. I feel like this is somebody who's being stretched too thin. And I almost feel like that's why you're backing off a bit, because you love them a lot, and you're like, they're being stretched too thin, and you know it, because they're giving to a lot of different things, is what I'm thinking. For them, they're being stretched too thin. So you're letting it just kind of be, you're not going towards them too much, you're just kind of like picking up the pieces where you need to. I feel like you're trying to lighten their load. And I'm getting, as this keeps going forward, it's like it's not a bad thing. Whatever they're involved in, they got a lot going on. I feel like they have a lot going on. Because it goes from the Six of Pentacles to the Three of Pentacles. Like they're giving to a lot of things, and then they're working and continuing on that same energy. It's almost like these two cards are where they are now and where they're going to be. It's like these two cards are together. They're very giving. They got a lot working on. There's a lot they're involved with. And I see you like... You have a lot of love for your partner, and there's a lot of success. You're very proud of them. They're doing very well, which is the reason you're not saying anything. You're like, I'm just going to lighten their load a little bit, and I'm going to let them do what they need to do. And they're feeling pretty good about this. They got the Nine of Pentacles. They're very stable. They're handling what they need to handle. They got the time to do that. I feel like they think that your connection is stable. They're feeling good about that. They got the Empress card here. Empress? Yep, the Empress card. So it's like, I feel like they're connecting with you enough to that they don't feel the lack. I don't see them feeling the lack. But there's so much going on around them that they have to handle, and they're doing their best to do so, that it's like almost like a text once in a while, or hi, how you doing, once in a great while. It's not going very deep. Conversations aren't going very deep is what I'm getting. But they feel like what they are connecting with you is enough for right now. Now, as this keeps going forward, their challenge card is the King of Wands, I'm noticing. Your challenge card is the Shadow Side card, which is sometimes the Devil card in some decks, most decks, I should say. This is their challenge card. I feel like they're involved in something. They're doing well with something. They're making a difference. But when the King of Wands shows up on their side, I almost feel like it's someone who isn't normally a leader. And not that that's bad, but I feel like it's like somebody who's not normally, leading the show is going into that role, and it's starting to consume them. They may handle it, but when somebody who's not usually a leader, like that's not their normal energy, I don't know how this is. I don't want this to come off in a negative way. But it's kind of like they can handle one thing, or whatever they're dealing, they can handle that and they can lead it successfully. But when it's not their natural energy, other things kind of fall to the side. And it's like they're hyper focused on one thing, and they keep their attention on that one thing, and they keep leading that one thing, which could have a broad spectrum to it, but it's basically like, it's like a baseball game. It's like they're leading the baseball game, and it's all about baseball. Everything else is falling to the side if they're not naturally a leader, which some people just aren't. It has nothing to do with gender, by the way. It's just some people are, some people aren't. And I'm feeling like your partner might not naturally be that leader energy. Unless if do they normally lead the way for a lot of things, or are they usually like a supporting element? Once in a while, they lead here and there. Like a leader energy is like they're always in control. They're always leading. It's just they can't help it. They just lead. That's what they do. This is somebody I feel like you could have a partner that sometimes they lead, sometimes they follow, and right now they're in the danger of like being just a flat out total leader. And that's just how it is. If that happens, it could end up consuming their life, and it could end up like that's everything they do. That's what everything is about. Because I see your challenge card is the shadow side here, which it's like right now it's okay, but like, and you're okay with it right now, and you're letting them do what they have to do, and they're very giving, and they're working at what they need to. But it could come to a point in the future where it steps up a couple levels, and it gets more intense, and they're more involved in that, and even less involved with you. This is a problem that could be coming forward if that energy is true. If it's like they're not usually a leader, once in a while they lead, once in a while they follow, but like being the soul, this is my thing, I'm doing it, it's my ball of wax from start to finish, all on their own. That could be an issue if they're not natural leader. I know that might come across a little confusing. I hope I explained it well. Because this is what's going to go. Like, if that energy is not really naturally for them, and again, it doesn't have anything to do with gender, but like, not everybody's just a total leader all the time, all day, every day, 7 days a week, 12 months a year, whatever. Some people are just not that. And I feel like it's going to consume them. They got the Tower card coming with the nourishment. Something is going to break. Something's going to break with the Tower card. And I feel like the nourishment is what they're going to need to put it back in balance. Something's going to... That's the Tower card. To bring it back in balance, it's like they're going to hit this bump. I shouldn't even say bump. It's like flying down the road and then just like hitting a bump, and it just throws the car right off the road. Like they're going to have a nasty crash. And what I'm getting is like, sometimes people walk away from those crashes. Sometimes people, that's it. That's the end. That's just the finish. I just feel like if they're not naturally a leader energy, they're heading towards this. And that doesn't have to mean physical death, by the way. But it could mean like things implode and the situation fails, or they could have a problem with their relationship with you. They're heading for some type of brick wall, some type of problem here. And it's just going to cause a big reset that's going to make them reevaluate what they're doing and where they're going in life. I feel like the most unfortunate part of this is that they're making a difference currently. They're doing really good currently. They're putting a lot of effort. They're trying very hard. But I'm feeling like maybe their energy doesn't match this situation. I feel like they might need to bring somebody else in or try to have somebody else lead it. If they become the leader, that's their challenge card, by the way. The King of Wands is their challenge card. If they become the leader, this becomes worse. If they get somebody else to become the leader and they're supportive, or they switch on and off, if they're not the total leader, if they're like part of a democracy, it's me and two other people and we work together and we have to make decisions collectively to move forward, that will be successful for them. But if they just totally take it on by themselves, that's where they're going to hit this brick wall. And it's going to take a lot to get them out of that. But like once that brick wall happens, they're going to lose the situation. They're going to lose something. And then they're going to have to rebuild with the nourishment. Like they're going to have to start over from scratch with something. I know the nourishment, you'd like to think that would pull it right out, but I don't feel like it's going to. I feel like that's saying that's what it's going to take to get them out of that moment. What makes things better for you is to see it for what it is. Like, I feel like you need to be more involved. I feel like you need to start conversations with your partner. I feel like you need to start pulling them towards you and getting them to talk to you about what's going on and how they're feeling about it. The hunger is actually helping you. This is in a good place for you because it's saying you want to be closer to them. You're missing them. You're having that soul inkling. If this reading is hitting with you, you're having that soul inkling where you need to be around them more. That's an honest, good... That's like a heads up spiritually. Like, no, you need to pull them closer to you, not only for you, but for them. They need to talk about what they're going through and what they're taking on. because I feel like you could help them balance this out and realize, you know what? They're very good. They're really diligent. They're really strong. But it's kind of like they're going to burn themselves out. They're going to burn themselves out, and they're going to do some damage to themselves one way or another. And you helping them realize that and saying, you know, you're great, you're good, but is this the way you really want to be with this? Is this going to, like, is this going to burn you out? And helping them realize it. I don't see you telling them, like, you can't do this or you shouldn't do that. I don't see that energy. But I feel like you kind of working through that. Like, what are you dealing with? How's that making you feel? If that keeps going, do you really think you can keep doing that without burning out? Like, just trying to work it out with them. Talk it out with them. They should come to the realization on their own. And I hope that doesn't seem like less empowering, because they lead to a point, but I feel like the energy I'm coming into is like, not everybody's a natural leader. I'm sorry, just not everybody is. And people who try to be leaders, and it's just really foreign to their life, and they're just trying to make their life be that way, it will burn them out. This person I'm connecting with, the partner, is very good at leading part-time, or leading, in like trading off with other people, working with other people, like a democracy type feel. Like a dictatorship is not, they're not going to make it. It's just not going to work. They need to share that responsibility. They need to work with other people, or at least have somebody they can trade it off. Like, I'll lead for today and maybe tomorrow, but then hand it off to somebody else and they lead for a couple days. Back and forth, that would work. But just being the total leader every day, all day, you know, every week, every month, you know, it's going to burn them out, is what I'm getting. All right, I'm going to let that be. All right, so let that be there. Let's go into Taurus singles. That was kind of intense, but I feel like that what they're saying is you need to get closer to your partner and get them to talk. You can help them figure it out and realize that, you know what, they don't have to be the leader. Like, not everybody is meant to, and it's not a good or bad thing. It doesn't matter. Like, if it's just not the thing, it's just not the thing. I think sometimes people get bent out of shape with me because I'm like, you know what, not everybody's a leader. Not everybody's a follower either, though. Just to be fair. We got a lot of people. There's a lot of diversity in the world. Not everybody's a leader. They're just not. It seems like many people can take it in moderation, though. So maybe that's the key. What do we have for single Taurans? What do we have for single Taurans? Where are we going towards yours? You got fire coming towards you too. This is killing me. All three single earth signs, Virgo, Capricorn, and Taurus, because I'm doing them all on the same day. You've got fire coming at you. You've got fire coming at you, very strong fire coming at you. Oh my gosh, it's very it's funny. And each of you are handling it in your own way, I'm noticing. Yeah, I'm not surprised. Now, I'm wondering, because I think it was Leo, single Leo, that was connecting to a Taurus. Or not a Taurus, excuse me, to an earth sign. I don't know if it was to a Taurus, though, quite frankly. Because when this fire comes towards you, like, it's not shocking to say, I don't think, especially for the Taurans, that this really, like, if you have that Tauran energy, you usually take on a lot. You get a lot done, you just do, you keep going. Like, a burden to you could be like it could shut down a game for somebody else. Like, you could weather through a lot, carry a lot, take a lot. Other people might be like, oh, I can't. And they just see what's on the list and they're like, oh no. And or they get like just a quarter down the list and they're like, I'm done. But Taurus takes on a lot. So taking on a big responsibility, not the worst thing for a Taurus. They feel like they typically are busy people. They're very dependable. They get things done. Now, somebody coming towards you, see, you've already dealt with this before. Because if Taurus is, I mean, I know this is stereotypical. They tend to look at things fairly, in my opinion. Like, they're not going to just run away from a challenge. Somebody might seem like they're a bit much, but they'll weigh it out. They'll give it a chance. You know what I mean? They don't just, like, walk away. They usually give things a thought. That's what I'm finding. Like, if somebody gets their attention and they're attracted to them, they'll give it a thought. Now, when I'm seeing this come towards me, I'm getting that your history is very much weighing on this situation, the whole situation. You're like, you know, through your life, you've come across this energy a few times, and you know how this works. You know how this energy works with yours. And this isn't judging somebody as good, bad, or indifferent. It doesn't matter. It's just like their energy, your energy. You're aware of this type of flavor coming towards you. And somebody does approach you. You got a fire energy coming towards you. It doesn't have to be a fire sign, but somebody who moves like that. Very quick, very strong, knows what they want, goes for it, goes forward. Very strong, very passionate, very good. I don't feel a bad energy with this. I know it's a general reading, but I'm not feeling a bad energy here. You also have the Sun card at the bottom. Like, I feel like you're very attracted to that person as well. They're attracted to you very intensely, and vice versa. There's a mutual attraction here. It goes both ways is what I'm getting. But